Last March, the State Department directed consular officers worldwide to step up scrutiny of visa applicants as part of the extreme vetting that President Trump promised during his campaign. Now, the government is requiring visa applicants to turn in, believe it or not, social media accounts used by those applicants during the past 5 years. Now, to give his opinion regarding this matter, we have with us our immigration expert from the law firm of Reeves, Miller, Zhang, and Diza. Welcome back to the show, Attorney Flomy Diza.
Good afternoon, Josh. It's always great to be here.
Always refreshing to see you. So my first question is this really necessary for applicants to turn in their social media accounts
Yes,
to the government?
Correct. The government's emphasis on extreme vetting, meaning that they are going to scrutinize more closely, background checks and everything to make sure that people entering the United States are not threat to national security, are not a problem on the terrorism activities in the United States.
Has it gone to that level of seriousness that because I feel like people are going to be really, they're going to feel intruded, in their lives. This is their personal lives that we're talking about. Is this something that has ascended to this level of seriousness that it's a mandate?
Yes, it's now a mandate. Actually, the March 30th, 2018 regulations, they asked the public to make a comment. So maybe 60 days for the public to make a comment. But just this...
What do you mean by make a comment?
Whether or not...
For like a petition?
Yes, petition, whether or not it's going to go through or not. But the Department of Homeland Security or the USCIS has already implemented this as early as 2014. Now, they are saying that the immigration officers can look into the social media accounts of applicants, kagaya ng Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter, for people applying for immigration benefits. For example, people who get married to get a green card. So then at the interview, they ask people, what's their social media accounts.
Right.
Now, I have a true-to-life story where we went to an interview for a marriage-based case, and the officer asked the husband, "Where did you do last week?" And the husband said, "Oh, we went camping." But the officer pulled out the folder. They checked, and he said, "Yes, you actually went to camping, but with a different woman, not your wife." So, so essentially, just they're looking at your public profile on Facebook. But the DHS made sure that they're only looking at public profile. But in the immigration community and immigration attorneys, we always tell our clients that immigration has a backdoor to find out your profile.
But okay, that's one thing. But what if, hypothetically speaking, what if they can't really prove whether or not it's like fabricated, or like there's photo editing softwares out there that you can use to change up your profile to make it seem like you're doing one thing, but it's really not what you're doing. It's just for fabrication.
That's true. That's one of the problems.
Because social media is just like an outlet of an image that you want to make for yourself.
That's correct.
So how is the government able to prove or able to use this as like reasonable, probable cause or probable proof?
That's true. I agree with you totally, because that's only an invasion of privacy, but also like when you post something, it doesn't mean that you mean what you post,
exactly.
Correct? So that might be misconstrued. That's why advice natin sa mga kababayan natin to make sure that they are, especially if they're applying for an immigration benefit, to make sure that they know what they're posting and make sure that always think that the government is looking at their profile.
Okay, so this has been implemented already, but in terms of scope, how many people will be affected by this?
There are the new regulations that's being published. There are about 14 million applicants. That includes yung non-immigrant visa and immigrant visa applications. So the non-immigrant includes all the tourist visa applications and employment-based cases.
Right.
So essentially, they are required to provide their social media accounts for the last 5 years. Not only that, their email, their telephone numbers, and also, yung mga travels, international travels and everything.
Because it seems like people are going to think that, that phrase of big government intruding in your lives, it seems like that's like one argument that the people are going to make against, the DHS or the USCIS.
That's true, and also the freedom of speech and freedom of association and everything like that. A good note to Josh is that a lot of yung mga ka-nation natin who enters the United States on a visitor visa, they already implemented this too, that the government or the CBP, the Border Patrol, immigration officer at the airport, they can look at or search without a search warrant at your computer or cell phones and ask your social media account and even your password. Right. And if you refuse, then they can essentially deny you entry into the United States. So we need to make a distinction. Yung bagong regulation applies to all people coming to the U.S. The one that has been implemented are those that the people already in the United States and people entering the United States.
Right. Okay. Any tips? This is a very interesting subject, but do you have any tips regarding this matter for our Canation?
Sa ating mga Canation, it's not enough for me to say that be careful of what you post on social media, on your Facebook, on your Twitter and Instagram, but specifically and successfully getting an immigration benefits requires not only filling out forms, but also requires the accurate assessment of the visa applicant's information, like the criminal history and immigration history, and now social media account history. At Reeves Miller Zhang and Diza, we devote exclusively in immigration, and we have immigration law specialists, most of us are, and we have 5 offices all throughout. And you can call us at 1-800-795-8009 for consultation.
All right, when it comes to social media, I guess use ABC, always be careful, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
All right, Attorney Diza, well, thank you so much. It's always great seeing you. You always have valuable information for our Canation. We'll see you again, all right?
It's my pleasure. Thank you.